Another fun session in Highfell. We'll talk about planes. Not the chemtrail kind. Talking about the elemental planes and stuff like that in your games. And it can be super complicated. And I went looking for my manual planes and it's gone. I had 2 copies. Now I got no copies. 2 copies of Oriole Adventures, of which I thought I only had 1. So I don't know. I don't care either. So anyway, Highfell can phase into the demi-planes of Shadow and a few others, and or the elemental planes. And I hand waved something that said that kind of it transforms, the whole place transforms into being like part of that plane, and I'm like, that don't make sense to me. So it isn't. But the atmosphere and the other stuff is of that plane. So Highfell is still Highfell. The vegetation's getting wrecked by what other sudden changes in the atmosphere are. Most of the creatures that wander around are going to hunker down or go underground or go in or fight over the towers to get secure. So you can say there's always just enough layers underground and places these creatures can crawl under the rock like a monster does, right? Crawling under your bed and hiding from the sunlight. So you don't have to wipe out your entire dungeon population or whatever. They won't be out as much. Or they'll take precautions. They'll know the ins and outs. They live there. Well, they ended up on the plane of Shadow. The demi-plane of Shadow. And that meant, from the Dragon Slayer perspective, lots of undead. And I was going to expand the environmental effects as per AD&D, but I didn't get that much crunch, so I kept it simplified. And the simple way was this way work better. They lost a point from all stats daily, and I had them roll the amount of days, and they rolled 3. So on the 3rd day, all PCs are -3 to all stats, and by the 2nd day, everybody's stats are low, right? So they're losing their pluses from above average scores. So they are actually in kind of panic mode. Lighting became a major issue. You only have X amount of this. They ended up burning the books from their libraries. They were there. They were there to loot. Don't tell the wizards we burnt the books. They had some mercy on the wandering monsters because the one monster could come to the door, didn't have any freaking hands, couldn't open the door. I ain't got no thumbs. I'll wait out here for them for a few hours. No one comes out. So they hid a lot. They found a room that they could lock behind a door, and they hid. There's some spell effects that are more powerful on the plane of Shadow. Shadow Alliance stuff, level training stuff. Stuff they don't have really access to, which is pretty lucky for them. They could have encountered a Shadow Dragon, which would have doubled the power of the Shadow Dragon's breath. I double my level drain. Y'all screwed. But they got lucky. They used some of their items for a change to overcome some obstacles. And when things didn't go real good, they just said, we're going to hide. We're going to fuck her down. Probably the smarter option. I kept encouraging them to adventure. I mean, you're here. Won't you adventure? So it was the most XP they've gotten. Only 1 character actually leveled. They brought along 2 extras, and that sucked up their XP. If they had not done that, I think well over half the party would have leveled. The choices you make, the choices you make. So, I think keeping the planner stuff fairly simple, have an ongoing effect, it boosts spells of that plane that's aligned to it. Makes sense and keeps it where you can move it along quickly. I think I'm going to keep that as the rule for all of the Dragon Slayer stuff I'm running. And when I get to if they ever go to the Abyss, there's so many layers, and every layer is a little different. Every layer is crazier and more antithetical to the mortal realms. So, thought I'd throw that out here this morning. I got some ideas to talk about, but I'm feeling kind of tired. Really tired. So I may not. Maybe the coffee will kick in. Anyway, game well, game often, y'all.